Hello, seekers.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. Unfortunately, I do.
Hello, seekers.
My name is... what's that gal's name?
I have no idea. I just know she said she was a crystal master.
Oh.
I didn't catch her name.
I heard
but she knows Reiki and she's a crystal master.
I heard something about crystals, and then I just was looking at her hair the rest of the time.
I loved her hair.
I was wondering how it was like such a consistent one shade.
Oh, it's definitely dyed. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, really?
Maybe not.
I just got the vibe that like she wouldn't dye it.
Maybe
or if
that's
she
true.
did, it would be from the earth somehow.
The sun bleached it.
Yeah, maybe.
She put some lemon juice in there. I hear that completes
Have you
your
done
hair.
that?
I tried that once when I was really insecure about my body hair.
Oh, your body hair.
TMI.
Wow,
Sorry.
I was not expecting that.
It was my arm hair because I have dark arm hair. So I put lemon juice on it one time and laid out in the sun. And this was when like being tan, I thought it was better to be tan. Never laid in a tanning bed, but I laid in the sun on my parents' deck. Didn't work.
I tried lemon juice over the summer during quarantine because I made the mistake of dyeing my hair like right before all that happened. And it was like growing out in a line.
Oh,
like
yikes.
Billie Eilish status.
But she works it.
Because hers is on purpose.
Yeah.
Mine was not, but it was like that significant of a line. And I tried using lemon juice and it didn't work, and it just made my hair really crunchy. Yeah, I don't know. I must have done something wrong. I don't know.
Anyways, I'm Kara.
And I'm Beth.
Welcome
Welcome to the Cabbage Batch.
Welcome to the Cabbage Batch, friends. I feel like it's too soon to give our listeners a name, but I have names already in my head.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, what are they?
Cabbage heads.
Cabbage heads.
Or we would probably get a cease and
desist.
Yeah, you know.
Right.
But Cabbage Batch kids.
Yeah, we can't use them.
But BACH.
Yeah, I don't know if we could or not, but
it's not Cabbage Patch. It's
I
Cabbage
like
Batch.
Cabbage Batchers.
Cabbage Batchers.
Because I don't know why. I just do. Cabbage heads, I'm not into it.
Okay.
It makes me think of isn't there that like meme of like a head of lettuce with a face?
I also don't know if it's derogatory or not. It sounds derogatory to me.
I hope not.
I looked it up on Urban Dictionary and nothing came up.
Cabbage heads.
It just sounds like
It sounds like farmers who grow cabbage and are really into it.
I feel like you would call someone who's really stupid a cabbage head.
Maybe.
I don't know. Anyways.
Hi,
Beth.
Hey,
how are
Kara.
you?
I'm good.
Let's act like we didn't record yesterday.
Okay. Don't say anything about it.
How was your week?
My week's been good. So far, so good. It's only Monday because we have a double episode week this week. Yeah. So we're having a Monday night episode.
And a Tuesday
Yeah,
night.
so, I mean, my week's just started, but so far, so good. I'm trying to think, like...
We both kind of had a weird Monday today.
Yeah, we did.
But we're here and we're hopefully refreshed.
Yeah, I don't really know. Like, I don't know. Sorry, I just burped. I don't know what's up with me today. Like, I don't feel off, but I don't feel normal.
Okay, that's fair.
But I feel excited to podcast, honestly.
Yes.
I was looking forward to this all day. And I'm trying out a new energy drink that I'm drinking right now. Starbucks Double Shot Energy Vanilla flavor. And it's pretty good.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's how I am. How about yourself?
My Monday started off weird, but I am doing better. The nap was really the big turnaround.
Oh my gosh.
Had the nap, felt refreshed. It wasn't one of those where you wake up and you're like, where am I? It was a good one. And then I made a dinner that absolutely slapped.
Oh, yeah.
Which, for those of you who don't know, that means very good.
If you didn't know that, then...
My mom doesn't know, and she listens.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel bad.
She'll text me and be like, what does slapped mean?
Oh, okay. Good.
So,
got it. Good.
She genuinely wants to know. It means it was really good, Mom. And I shared the recipe with you.
Yeah, so. I'm excited. I always need meal inspo.
Yeah, it's a good winter meal. Chicken and rice with a little hint of lemon.
Oh, I love that.
And it's very warm and cozy, and it looks bland, but it doesn't taste bland.
And it's in the Instant Pot.
Yeah, it took less than 30 minutes to make.
That's always
including
a win.
prep.
That's always a win for me.
Yeah.
Especially, I also like recipes like that where you could even make them for lunch if you wanted to. Because I work from home, and especially in the winter, I just want to eat something warm.
Me too.
For lunch.
Honestly, I can eat warm things all year round. You know me and soup. Me and soup are like...
best friends.
Best friends. Best buds. And then you came over, so it got even better.
Aw.
I thought about this today, Beth. Other than my husband, you're the person I spend the most time with at this point in my life.
Same.
I mean, this week we will have spent
3
upwards of
days
like
together.
12 hours together.
Yeah, that's a lot of time, especially in the Corona times.
Yeah, because we watch for 2 hours and then we record for 2 hours.
You're right. I totally didn't even think about the fact that we watched a 2-hour episode before this. So that is a significant amount of time. Hey, that sounds good
that you didn't feel like you were wasting emotional energy sitting next to me and watching.
No, not at all. That's a great quality to have in a friend.
I feel very reassured.
Yeah, because like none of my emotional energy is gone.
Yay, I'm so glad.
That's a big deal for me.
Me too.
This is a realization I'm having about our friendship.
Yes. Wow. Aha moment.
And you listeners get to witness it all and probably not care.
Yeah.
Probably like,
well, before I get any mushier and start crying.
You would not start crying. When we graduated like high school and college, me and my friend group, we were all really close, and everyone was like crying and sad, and I was like, I'm really sorry, but I can't fake it right now. Like I have no tears or no.
Here's the thing.
Like I don't get emotional about stuff until it's like 2 years later, and all of a sudden I listen to a song that takes me back to a moment, and then I realize I'll never be in that moment again, and then I get sad for like a week.
I can relate to that.
But in the moment, I do not have emotion.
I want to say this, though. I've been reflecting a lot about friendship lately, just in my own head. And just thinking about how in the beginning parts of our lives, so many of our friendships are just purely situational.
Right.
And like the high school thing, which, I mean, I still have friends from high school, but that I still keep up with, that I'm really thankful for. But so many of our friendships up until like 20 to 25, I would say, are situational. And I don't know.
And that's it.
I'm just thankful that you're my friend.
Aw, me too.
And I'm thankful for the friends that I'm still friends with outside of the situations that we met in.
Yeah, because it does really become a choice. Because it's
does.
Like you have to put in work when you're an adult to maintain friendships because you're not like spending every day at school with people or living with your roommates or whatever. That's a great point.
I want to say that that good point started off with that rabbit hole started off by me realizing a sad point.
Oh, what was the sad point?
The sad point was, do you ever like forget about something that someone said that deeply impacted you and then you remember it years later?
Yeah.
Even if it's good or bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I have this memory, and I'm not going to say her name because, spoiler alert, I checked, she still follows me on Instagram.
Oh, really?
She definitely does not listen, though. I had like a one-on-one time with her, and I was talking about like how I was struggling with like friendships, and this was in college, struggling with friendships and stuff like that. And she was like, I've always interpreted you just as the loner type. And she like expected that to be reassuring. She's like, aren't you a loner?
You're like,
and I remember sitting there being like heartbroken, like literally like you could hear like glass breaking in my head.
Like the Taylor Swift Evermore lyric where she's like, your heart was glass and I dropped it, like that.
Yeah. I relate to Taylor in a lot of ways though. She speaks to my heart.
Yeah.
We both feel that way.
Yeah.
Please. We won't deep dive into that right now.
Please do. If you get me started talking about the new Taylor Swift album,
you can talk about it for a long time.
I could have a whole podcast about that.
You could. You should.
Spin-off podcast. But anyways, coming soon.
That was a sad memory, but it did turn into an eventual. Well, I'm glad for the friendships that I do have, and I'm not a loner.
No, you're not.
To that person. You're wrong. You were wrong. Anyways,
so back to the.
Let's get back to the why we're here. This episode. What do we think about tonight's episode?
It was kind of like it didn't feel like it needed to be as long as it was.
Yeah, I mean, the first part I was kind of nervous at the beginning because they spent an hour sending home Blake and Riley.
Yeah,
and I was like, uh-oh, like we're already halfway through. And but yeah, I feel like the mental,
that was just weird. Like I was not really invested in a lot of parts of it.
I was invested, then not invested, and then reinvested. And we'll get into why.
Oh, I agree. Actually, yes.
Yeah.
It was a wave.
You saw me making memes. I was in my meme hole.
Yeah, you were. You're so good at that.
I'm okay at it.
You are good at it.
I got to get at least, well, I have 50 likes on one of them, I think.
Really?
The
one you made a couple weeks ago has like over 100.
Okay. Well, that's pretty good.
On Twitter.
But before we get into the episode, I do have a couple Bachelor Nation news tidbits. I feel like I am gearing up. I feel like I'm forgetting things. Maybe we have to record tomorrow, so maybe I'm just saving some subconsciously for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But first piece of news, Emily Ferguson from Ben Higgins' season from 2016.
Yeah.
She's now engaged.
Oh.
Fun fact, her and her sister, twin sister, who she was also in the season, they're both dating hockey players. So
I'm sorry, I'm just letting that sink into my mind because how did that happen?
I don't know, but I
guess they did try to date the same guy on the season of The Bachelorette.
That's true. They have similar taste. And maybe that was just their type. But one lives here and the other one, who's not engaged yet, lives in Sweden.
Wait, lives here as in the U.S.?
In the U.S. Or in continental North America. I don't know if she's in Canada or not.
Oh.
But the Haley, the twin, lives in Sweden with her.
Oh, she lives in Sweden.
Yeah.
When did she move to Sweden?
In the last year or so.
That's fun for her.
Yeah, she moved there because her boyfriend got like a hockey deal.
Wow. So they're serious as well.
They're serious. And I just thought she probably just blends in Sweden.
I'm sure
they're
she
tall,
does. Yeah, they're tall,
blonde.
they're fair, and they're like platinum blonde. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's pretty close to their natural
gorgeous
hair color.
Maybe. I could see some, what's the word I'm thinking of? Not Icelandic, but Scandinavian.
Yeah, Scandinavian.
So that was one piece of Bachelor news.
Oh, he looks like a hockey player.
Yes. I mean, I can't blame her. But they're engaged. Congratulations, Emily Ferguson.
Yeah, congrats, girl.
This isn't really a surprising piece of news, but we can confirm that Becca Kufrin has unfollowed Garrett Dorian.
They lasted a long time before it all fell apart.
Yeah. And he already has a girlfriend. We've talked about this.
He's cringe.
So she unfollowed him. Yeah, he moved. I mean, I can't really judge about the moving on too fast, I guess, but being so publicly, like moving on so publicly.
Yeah, it's definitely hurtful to your former
because he could have moved on and just not posted anything for a while.
Yeah, especially when you're in the spotlight like that. Yeah, I agree.
And then my last piece of news is if you haven't checked it, if you don't follow Joe Park, MD, on Instagram, you have to. And he uses his power for good. He makes me feel like social media isn't a total trash heap. And today he posted, or was it yesterday, he posted a video explaining our COVID vaccine options, because there's apparently 3 that have been in the running, and now there's 2 that are like approved by the FDA and or made it to the 3rd trial, which is apparently the final one. I don't know a lot about medical things, but he broke down. He made me feel a lot better about the COVID vaccine. Now,
well, that's good to know.
I mean, I'm not like anti-vaccine, but I get nervous about anything medical. So
right. So you felt comforted learning some new stuff about it.
Yeah, he explained the science behind vaccines, and like it's just comforting to me. Knowledge is power, and
power is pizza.
Power is
what
pizza.
What is it that?
Time is money. Money is power. Wait, I'm missing one.
Something about knowledge?
Oh, time is... Wait, what am I saying?
Time is
money. Money is power. Power is no.
Power is pizza. Pizza is knowledge.
Yes, you're
is
right.
That what
You're
is?
right. It's literally written in my kitchen on my kitchen wall. I don't know why.
That's why I thought of it. That's from Parks and Rec for you uncultured
swines.
Yeah, I was gonna say swines, and I was like, I was already rude to Kara's mom. Maybe I shouldn't say that.
Well, if you haven't seen that video, I recommend go checking it out because he does a good job of getting the information out there while keeping it lighthearted. He does a couple of Bachelor franchise references. And I'm just loving his content because it's very much like I look at his content and I think if I could make that, even though I'm not famous.
I could make that.
It's not
Is
like
that a compliment.
I'm just saying like it's approachable.
Okay.
It's not like he didn't hire some fancy videographer to take this video.
I feel you.
So I like that.
Worthy news. Worthy to share.
Yeah. I like approachable influencers.
Approachable Joe MD.
Joe Park MD on Instagram. So let's dive into the episode.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into
like,
this.
What is there to talk about?
Okay, well, I know I'm going to be all over the place, but hopefully you'll ground me during this recording.
I need grounding personally. Someone help us.
Wait, we talked about that exercise that we do to ground ourselves.
Oh, yeah, okay. You're right. I'll do that in my head while we
record.
Yes.
I do want to note that on the opening shot here, we see, because before we get into the mental all, they had to finish up the week with like the final one-on-one date with Blake and then the rose ceremony. So we cut to Tayshia, I guess, pre the Blake one-on-one. She was reading an Emily Giffin book.
Which doesn't mean anything to me, but you knew who she was, being your queen librarian self.
She writes like when I say easy read, I don't mean that in the bad way. She's
like light reading.
A light read. I wouldn't label it so much a beach read quite yet, but it's something you could read in like 2 days.
Or if you're me, 3 hours.
Yeah, if you're Beth, like super reader. But she typically writes like romance, kind of rom-com-y type books. So
that's fun that she brought that with her.
Yeah,
I would probably bring similar books with me.
Better than the fake journaling moments.
Honestly, I just finished this really long book series, and if I had brought that book series with me to filming, I would just have wanted to skip everything and read the books. Like, they would have been like, where's Beth? I'm just like crouched.
She's reading again.
Crouched in the corner with my Kindle. That would actually happen. That's not me trying to be like, Kindle. Wow, I'm quirky. That's what I would do. Like,
no, you legitimately, I know this about you.
Yeah,
you
and I would do
that.
And I would, like, once I start a book, I have to finish it. So
that would be me and Animal Crossing.
Yes. Wow, we're so cool. We'd be such good bachelorettes.
I mean, yeah, already taken, boys. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
So we get to the Blake and Tayshia date.
Whoa.
Wait, did I skip a major thing?
Well, I'm just saying.
Oh, wait.
Chris comes in to talk to Tayshia and is a living meme.
Oh, yeah. When he opens the door, he's like, whips to the side, like, I'm here.
That was crazy.
I need to get a screenshot of that.
I'm sure you could probably find one on Twitter.
Also didn't get to say bye to JoJo.
Yeah, there's a real lack of closure there. It's really sad.
I need closure.
But really, I enjoyed having her for the time that we did.
I felt like she was underutilized, or she just completely wasted her, basically her audition to replace Chris Harrison at one point.
Yeah, maybe she didn't cut it in their eyes.
I really do think that they should have given Wells Adams a chance to audition for his role.
Yeah, he'd be hilarious.
I know people say Ben Higgins is going to replace Chris Harrison eventually. I think Chris Harrison would say on his deathbed, make sure Ben Higgins does not replace me.
Yeah.
They're too much alike.
Yeah, they need someone a little different so that Chris doesn't get, like, they don't get so compared.
Yeah.
And then Chris says that he just tells Tayshia they're all good guys and she has to figure out which one she's just the most in love with.
Yeah, he said it's a matter of splitting hairs. And I was like, is it though?
I mean,
they're all pretty different to me.
It's pretty obvious if Noah is still there and Bennett is still there what you need to do.
Did he say
And
you've
Blake
cleared house? Is that cleaned house? Or
Yeah, he said something like that.
But yeah, when he said that it was a matter of splitting hairs, I said, I really don't think it is, but
okay.
Okay.
I think Chris just sometimes says those random platitudes that kind of fit the situation. So you like don't really think about it. But then if you really listen to it, you're like, wait, what?
Oh yeah.
That
I felt
doesn't
that
make
way
sense.
watching that video where he was introducing the cast for Matt's season.
Yeah.
There were some things that he said I was like,
Oh, there's one thing that he said. Hold on. My friend texted it to me earlier and she was like, this is really intense. Oh no, it's not loading.
I'll give an example while you're looking that up. But for example, whenever he's on that video, he did a live video talking about the women from Matt's upcoming season. And he said that one of the women was really cerebral and intelligent. And I was like, he kind of was tokenizing that, like,
she's like, wow,
this is
she's
a smart
smart
woman.
He said Chris Harrison says Bachelor Matt was stripped naked emotionally during the season.
I will say when he does the quote unquote live, which I know they even edit the lives, but it's much less edited than the actual show. But when I see the pseudo live streams, I always think to myself, Chris Harrison's just not cut out for live. Like truly live.
He needs a script.
Because even the Men Tell All, those are edited,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he says some strange things on those clips. Shout out, we will be releasing a episode about Matt James's cast.
Yeah.
Coming up soon after the holidays.
Okay, I just wanted to say that about Chris before we really dive into Blake and Tayshia's one-on-one.
Yeah, which we could see what was coming from a mile away, I feel like.
I was so unexcited for this date that
they have absolutely zero chemistry.
Watching them walk towards
holding hands.
Yeah, them holding hands, I was just like, no, that's just
the way that Tayshia looked like holding his hand was like his hand was sticky.
Yeah, she was like trying as hard as she could to not touch it as much as possible while still holding it.
I was still being polite. I loved that when they left, Ivan says he's either coming home with a rose or he's gone. And I was like, yep, those are the two options.
That's how the show works.
What's the third one?
Yeah, and also think about how she held hands with Ben.
Oh yeah,
like that was like wow. Even holding
that feels
hands
like a
chemistry.
million miles away at this moment because this is literally the opposite of their date.
Yeah, it was so uncomfortable. She did not look happy at all.
Yeah, the only positive thing I had to say about this date, I think, was Blake has better legs than I thought. You got a shot of his legs early on. I said he looks pretty good in those shorts.
I'm not attracted to him at all.
No, me either. He looks like Buzz Lightyear.
There's
Buzz Lightyear in a mix of something else. I can't remember.
If I had to pick like the exact type of person I was not attracted to, that's what I would pick.
And he looks a little bit like Colton in some lights.
Yeah.
And like even the way he kind of talks, his mannerisms.
He looks like a combination of Colton and Luke P.
Yes, that's it. And those are both triggering figures.
Yeah, they're no bueno.
No bueno. Which to me, if I was Tayshia, I'd be like, get out of here.
Yeah, which we'll talk about that.
So
and Blake says that everything has been a long time coming.
Lots of time talk.
Yeah.
Him and time have issues. But they walk up to the shaman lady who hot take. Kind of was digging her dress. Where did you get that?
Did you get that on Etsy?
It was definitely like
it was linen, right?
Raw linen. Because and that makes sense because she would be someone who wants something to return to the earth and be able to decompose,
and
like
also
linen.
breathable. Where do you think she lives? Like, does she live in the desert?
She lives on that hill. What if she lived at La Quinta and she was just like resident shaman?
She's like, welcome to my home. It's behind me in this rock.
Yes. Or she lives in a crystal cave. Because she's a crystal master.
She lives in a crystal cave under the earth with one of those underground lakes and a bunch of stalactites and stalagmites.
That's like my worst nightmare.
And she just sits in the dark with her crystals and takes sound baths.
How do you live underground and not fear the ground just falling in on you at all times?
I don't know. That's why I don't live underground. Yeah. One of many reasons.
Whenever I see those hotels that are like, this hotel underground, I'm like, that's terrifying.
Even the Lincoln Tunnel is hard for me.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah. Oh, one time when I was in like 7th grade, my family decided to take a family weekend trip to West Virginia. We're from Virginia. And one of the things that we did on this trip was go down in a mine, in an old coal mine, in like this like little mining cart.
No way. Did you have to like move the lever to make it move?
They operated it for you.
Okay.
But it was far down. And at one point they shut off all the lights.
And it was probably the darkest dark you've ever seen.
It was so dark, and the whole time I was just sitting there like, this is just a huge slab of rock above my head, and that was
the earth is just weird.
So I was like trying to be cool about it, which also this is just a weird thing to do. Like, why do we? That's like the weirdest vacation ever, and.
This is shade to Beth's parents.
It is shade. I'm gonna tell them it's shade. They can know. And after I was just trying to be cool and like not freak out about it. And then like 5 years later, we were sitting at the dinner table, and someone was like, "Remember when we went down in that mine?" And then my sister was like, "Yeah, I hated that." My dad was like,
ungrateful.
No, my dad was like, "That was the worst thing ever."
You all were on the same.
Yeah, and then we all realized that we all hated it, and we were like, "Why do we do that?" So anyway.
How many things do we do in life because other people think it's cool?
Even and with your own family. It was one of those things where we're like, yeah, this will be fun. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, throwback to just doing things that you didn't like doing and you faked it for whatever reason.
Yeah, I do not recommend going in a mine.
I'm going to take that advice. Yeah. If Cam ever says he wants to do that, I'm going to say, you know what? Beth says that this isn't
not
a good
worth
idea.
It. Anyway, wow.
1 out of 1 Beths don't recommend it. So go back to the shaman lady date, the crystal master date. Do you remember the first thing they did?
She gives him an ice pick.
She gives him a murder weapon. Like if he had even like dropped that, it would have pierced Tayshia's leg or something. Where did she get that?
Does she use that in her day-to-day
Has she murdered someone with this pick?
Is she a serial killer? Are her and Bennett in league together?
Wait, here's a bigger stretch.
What if they are in a conspiracy?
This is my stretch.
Okay.
This is where it is. You know how La Quinta's haunted?
Yes.
She killed those people, and she's actually like not 50 like she looks.
She's like actually like 200 years old?
Ancient.
And she has haunted the land.
And she's friends with the witch lady from Holes.
And when she was doing...
and like they're BFFs.
And when she was doing the chakra thing, she was actually stealing their energy.
Yeah.
And
to make her live longer.
And feeding off of it. And that's how she stays...
She camouflages it as reading their chakras, and she's really stealing their lifeblood.
And she can't leave that area because, like, that's where she died.
Yes.
So she can only go so far in a radius.
You know that when...
You know that this is true.
But you know that when Blake got a boner, she was like, I'm really getting the lifeblood now. She's really getting those energies.
Oh
wow, this was a great theory. Usually my theories really hit a dead end, but you really helped connect the dots there.
I would say that I 40% believe it.
I'm going to say that I 41%.
Okay. You just had to be 1% better, whatever. I mean, it's your theory, so I guess you can believe it more.
So then they break the rock that I guess
with the murder weapon.
With the murder weapon. This is where it all started. And then they reach under Wait,
no, they break the rock, and then she says,
what does she say?
She says, okay, this means that you'll always have a piece of each other.
Okay.
Like, that's the reason that she makes them break the rock.
That part was confusing to me. I wanted to hear...
It was confusing to all.
I wish they had spent more time on when they pulled the rocks, the gems or whatever.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be way cooler than what she said.
Yeah, because they pulled rocks and then... Crystals. I got a Survivor flashback when they draw rocks. Mm-hmm. And Tayshia's was red or blue?
Hers was blue.
And
it
Blake's
means
was red.
communication.
Yes, of course.
And then
Blake's was red, and I wanted to hear, like, I wish it was kind of like tarot cards were like, oh, you're a bad match because you had...
Right. That's what I thought it was going to be, but it was just like, oh, Tayshia got the blue crystal. That means she feels like you need to communicate with her, Blake.
Oh, I thought it was the opposite, that she needed to communicate more.
She needs to communicate, like, to him what she wants from him.
And he was like, yeah, please do that.
He said that he wanted Tayshia to, like, hit him with whatever she needed to know.
Oh, yeah, and there was something
there
was something she said that had, like, a sexual innuendo, and I thought to myself, that makes sense because they keep saying Blake thinks about sex all the time.
Yeah, that's... another thing,
like communicate what you want, you know?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Please do that."
Dang.
But
wait. Do you know what down bad is?
No. What
is
down bad?
I don't know if I understand it enough to explain it, but basically, it's like this trend that I've seen on Twitter and stuff, where like, it'll be a screenshot of a guy messaging a girl. Or like one of them is like, hey, do you want to study for the exam together tomorrow? Also, I would just love to hang out with you in general. And then like the response is just like a girl completely shutting them down.
Oh no.
But because they're the idea is that they're really trying to get with someone.
Of course.
But so like the response to that one that I mentioned, she's like, the exam was yesterday and I have a boyfriend.
Oh.
And then you swipe and it's a picture of him getting a 0 on his exam.
Aww.
And that is an example of down bad.
I'll have to look into that because
if you go to the Twitter account, like guys who are down bad, anyway, the whole thing of me saying that was just like, Blake is like one of those guys.
Okay. This is my first moment of me feeling... I've had 2 moments in the last 24 hours where I truly feel like I'm aging. This moment. And also when I go shop at the grocery store and the Kraft macaroni and cheese noodle shapes are no longer relatable.
You're like, I don't know who these people
are.
Like,
whenever the frozen mac and cheese... Like the frozen characters, not frozen mac.
Yes.
Whenever the frozen... character noodles go away, that's it for me.
That's your last.
That's it for me.
Frick.
Because right now it's like Paw Patrol, which is after my time.
Yeah.
And now some unicorn poop.
Ew.
Not actual poop, but like unicorns still, that I don't recognize.
I don't like that.
So I'm just saying I'm feeling my age right now.
Okay, well.
I'm going to look into that though.
I'm kind of surprised that I know about it and I don't know if I explained it right.
You're more trendy than I am, so.
I think I just spend more time on my phone. That's all you really need to do to be trendy.
What were you talking about? Oh yeah, the blue and the red rock.
Yeah, I'm really not trying to stick to script here because I just feel like nothing happened.
It's okay. I mean, I really feel like there was more there to talk about with the blue and the red rock, and I want more. Where's that footage? And then they do the chakras.
She's like, the red one means I will haunt you for the rest of your life.
Oh, you don't want to know.
Oh, and then after that, they do the chakras.
Okay, how do you feel about chakras? I want to know.
I don't understand what they are.
Okay.
And... that's about it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I know that there's like your heart chakra and there's like
different types.
Your third eye.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about it either. I feel like I know.
How do you feel about chakras?
I mean, I don't think it's total phooey. I think there's something to it.
There has to be an element of realness to it or else like not people wouldn't do it.
I mean,
like same with yoga.
Yeah, I don't think it's total poop. The thing I think about it is, you know, like when you walk into a room and you like feel an energy or like you sense someone's bringing off a certain kind of energy. I feel like that's similar to like chakras because the woman was basically reading her
I will say,
energies.
I don't know who this woman is. I don't know her credentials.
No. Crystal master. She majors in crystal She has a master's in crystals. That's where we're at.
She needs to put her diploma on her office wall so we can have.
I'm not saying she's qualified. I just know that I don't know a lot about chakras, but what the little that I do know, I'm like, it doesn't seem like totally crazy to me.
I don't even know. All I know is that I hated that they were holding hands when they were laying down doing
I'm
this.
sure his hand, I really do think his hand was actual sticky.
Have you ever seen anything that looked more platonic in your entire life?
How did he get a boner during that experience?
That's honestly...
Wait. Was Blake turned on by the shaman lady? Because she's like hovering over him.
He's like, oh, the red crystal.
I'm sorry.
He was like, your hair is so blonde.
I know.
And long.
Like her braid like brushed over his nose and he was like, chemistry. I feel more chemistry with this lady than I ever had with Tayshia.
Honestly,
the rest of the season.
That is so embarrassing because, I mean, I know like you can't help it, but because there's just nothing out of that scenario that has any sort of chemistry.
Yeah. Last thing I'll say about chakras is I think the most I've ever learned about chakras was from the Try Guys video where they like get their or auras. Maybe it's their auras.
So you don't even know about chakras.
But they're related. Aura and chakras are like in the same thing. But look up like Try Guys chakras or Try Guys auras. And there's a whole thing about like people who devote time and energy to like perfecting their aura.
Interesting.
It's very interesting. Go check it out. The next thing is the tantric
breathing exercise.
What do you think about tantric exercises like that?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I don't know.
Have you ever done anything like that?
No, I don't know what that is. I mean, I assume it's just like some sort of breathing exercise to like clear you.
It's like an intimacy exercise.
If I did this with Nate, I would hate it.
Can I be honest? I've done this exact exercise. Now, no. I'll tell you why. Okay. Whenever I was going to sex therapy or pelvic floor therapy, she just said, just try it. And
what was it like?
Don't knock it till you try it. That's all I'll say.
So you liked it?
It worked.
What's working?
Intimacy built. I don't know what else you want me to say.
I mean, you're sitting on someone's lap in no clothes. What do you think's going to happen?
Honestly, you forget that. You do forget that because you're literally, it's called different things, but the term that I've heard the most is called soul gazing.
Oh, no. Which
is really just eye contact. Let's just call it what it is. And you just, it's just to build intimacy.
And then you have a woman whose age is unknown.
There was no
I will glass say this. Triangle.
The difference is that we were at home, just the two of us, and they weren't.
Yeah, that triangle really sent me.
Sent me over the edge. Yeah. I could see how.
Well, for Tayshia and Blake, not working.
No, I'm just saying that if you hit like not a rut, but if you feel like you just need to reconnect and you with someone you're already with, it could just try it. Don't knock it till you try it.
I won't knock it.
Just don't have the shaman lady with you.
Yeah.
Just do it on your own.
That was very strange. Yeah. And then Tayshia said, that she's like, I care for Blake, but when I looked into his eyes, I was looking for more validation.
So obviously the exercise did something for her because she
did not look like she was having a great time in that specific moment.
Oh, I know. I feel like the exercise made her realize that nothing was there. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and then Blake was like, that made us closer.
I felt like Blake was making that up.
Blake did not know what was going on. He was just trying to make it through.
It's like in Mean Girls when like they say, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen. Yeah. I'm like, Blake, stop trying to make Tayshia happen. It's not going to happen.
I agree.
Yeah, I felt like he was just a try hard. I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't even think he was that upset when he left.
No, and even with Men Tell All, I felt like he was faking.
I agree.
He was really trying to drum up some tears.
He liked Claire more.
I think so too.
Which is
we'll see him in Paradise.
Saying something about his personality.
What do you think his experience in Paradise will be like?
I think he's gonna get. I don't mean this as shade to Claire. I think he's gonna go for someone emotionally needy who really feels like she needs to have like her person right off the bat.
Okay.
What do you think?
I see it going one or two ways. He'll couple up really early, and that'll be it.
Yeah, with an emotionally needy girl.
Yeah, and that'll be it. Or he'll be like the Dylan of the Hannah and Dylan couple, and be like chasing a girl around that like obviously isn't that into him.
Yes, you're so right.
And he'll be holding out for her the entire time.
That's the other side of the coin. Either they're going to be the needy one, or he's going to be the needy one. But it's not going to be some chill relationship.
And the reason I think that is whenever he left, he kept saying he was confused. And I was like, how did you not?
How are you confused?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like sometimes he kind of creates his own reality. That sounds really mean. I'm sorry.
No, that's not mean. That's just what happened.
Maybe because I just wasn't there. I don't know. I can't relate to why he thought that way, but
Well, this whole ending is weird because Tayshia tells Blake she thinks it's time to go their separate ways. And, like, I don't even think Tayshia is even attracted to him. But then she, like, really gets upset.
I think that she's just, a lot has happened. She has sent a lot of people home in the last 4 days.
I feel like Blake is someone where she's like, oh, he seems really nice. I should like him. Why don't I like him? Why am I sending him home?
That's true.
Not, oh, I can't believe I'm sending Blake home.
Yeah. It's just like he's a decent guy. Like, why am I not interested?
Yeah.
But
I can't believe this dramatic moment was from this.
Yeah.
Because this was not even dramatic on the scale of drama.
This honestly was one of the shortest dates I've ever seen in franchise history.
Yeah, I think it lasted maybe 10 minutes from start to finish.
Man.
10 minutes of airtime.
If that's the case, then Blake can get it up really fast.
Not 10 minutes of air of real life.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying 10 minutes of airtime, which is probably like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't even make it to the nighttime portion. I felt like there was another shaman exercise left.
Yeah.
I feel like
she was like, we don't need to do that.
We've already done enough. So I just don't know.
It was overall just okay.
It was anticlimactic to me. The only thing that was the most not even exciting. So exciting's not the word, but we finally got to see why she was so upset.
And the concept of the date was funny. Like if it had been a not funny one, if it had been a scavenger hunt or something, or what her and Ben did, it would be so boring. Yeah. So it's a good thing they at least gave them something funny.
Yeah, they do the shaman type dates pretty often.
Yeah.
We're
like massage therapists.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
But I love a shaman date.
Me too.
No, I will say this. People say it's like problematic because like it's different this time because it wasn't cultural. It was just like this woman who was a crystal person. But
crystal master.
They say that there's a tendency to tokenize the culture if they're traveling.
Well, I get that because there's so much more to all of those practices than like what they're showing.
Yeah.
So
I understand that, but I still think I still like a shaman.
Yeah, that was funny.
So he goes home. She's upset. Which is the first tears we see this episode. We have 2 tier episodes because she has this one. And then she says she has something else she needs to do. She says, I know there's something else I need to do now, and I need to do it tonight. Yeah. And she goes and talks to the guys, which is this is the scene we've been seeing a lot in the promos. Her wearing this tank top.
Man, it really let us down.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be her breaking down while talking to someone's family member during hometowns. That was my prediction.
I thought it was going to be way more impactful than it was. Like when she got in there and she was crying and everyone was really concerned for her and it took her like 5 minutes to say what she was going to say. Yeah. I was like, what's going on? And then all she said was that she was trying and then asked to talk to Riley. So I was confused, like, why did she come in there and cry for 5 minutes and then ask Riley to talk to him?
I don't know.
Wasn't that weird to you?
I mean, They definitely weren't going to send Chris Harrison in there and say, Tayshia needs to talk to you, Riley.
Yeah, but imagine if she just stuck her head in and was like, hey, Riley, can I talk to you for a second?
I guess because she was so upset. I don't know.
But, like, why did she sit down on the couch? That was just a weird choice.
Maybe she had a different plan of action in mind. I don't know.
What?
But I do think it was helpful for the guys to know what she was going through.
But she didn't say what she was going through.
I mean, just to see, like, the turmoil. Like, okay, she's in a hard place, obviously.
I guess. I was just very confused by where this was all coming
yeah.
from. It's not a criticism. It's
no.
me trying to understand what happened.
And it just might be the editing just really pooped it up.
Yeah, it was. And if that's the case,
because she might have said more.
Yeah.
And we just didn't see. But, yeah, that makes sense. That's a little confusing. But, I mean, the second she said, Riley, can we talk? He knew what was going to happen.
If someone comes in crying and really upset and then tells you that they want to talk to you,
yeah,
that's not going to be a good convo.
I had a lot of emotions about this breakup because I could see both sides. Because one, if you're being broken up with, you don't want the other person telling you all the great things about you. You just
no, that's like the worst thing ever when they're like, "Oh, but you're so great," and
yeah,
blah blah blah. It's like, well, if I'm so great, then why are you breaking up with me?
Yeah, and that's how he felt, and because he basically was like, "What is it then?" But at the same time, I can see why when you're on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, this is potentially the very last time you're ever going to talk to that person ever.
Mm-hmm.
For example, like Ben Higgins when he broke up with JoJo because she made it to final 2. So like when they broke up, he said that he has never talked to her since.
Not a single time.
Yeah,
they haven't even run into each other.
I guess not.
Wow.
And
that's not even like a hey.
So think about it that way.
Engagement.
Like if you're realizing like maybe this is the very last time I'm ever going to get to talk to this person,
you
and I
want to make it count.
You want to make sure they know that like there was at least something.
Yeah.
And that they weren't crazy.
Because on her end, she's like, I don't want to seem like a jerk because I want you to know that it was real.
Yeah.
But if you're getting broken up with at first, that's even worse.
Yeah. And I could see his frustration, but at the same time, I got a little frustrated see him kind of box her out a little bit.
Yeah, and be like, why did you let it get this far?
Yeah.
It's like, it's really not that far. Like, she hasn't met your family.
Yeah, that's true. I just, I could see both sides, but I was a little frustrated with, like, him being a little cold. Yeah. But then he did give her a good forehead kiss on the way out. So
yeah,
that was redeeming.
Well, that was almost, like, even more annoying to me because it was, like, one extreme to the other. He was, like, getting mad, but then he was like, I'm going to say all the smooth Riley things again.
Yeah, and then he really redeemed himself at Men Tell All.
Men Tell All was, I think, the most authentic.
I loved that Riley. Yeah,
I agree.
But yeah, it was a roller coaster with him this episode.
Says goodbye to Riley,
and then she really breaks down.
And this was confusing to me at first because, like, did she really have that strong of feelings for Riley? Well,
she said when she was crying, she said, "I don't want to hurt anyone."
Yeah,
and I really do think that's the core of it. That she really respects. She had good guys this season. Let's get to it.
Yeah, she did. Not my type, but they were good guys.
But she has a good group of guys, and I think that's the core of it. Is like she's not sending home just like, oh, that was just a rando. It's like people she really genuinely thought are good guys.
And I guess with Riley, she knew that it took him a while to open up to her, so maybe she felt like she was letting him down.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm a huge people pleaser, so this whole thing would be my personal nightmare because no matter what, I would be disappointing people every week. Yeah. And I'm sure that does take a toll after a while. Yeah.
I really do think it's that she doesn't like hurting anyone.
Yeah. I
don't think that it was that she felt... I don't think she was anywhere close to falling in love with him. She just respected him.
Yeah, I agree. I think I could see them being friends.
I am hopeful that they will be.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about more with Men Tell All because he said so many great things. But yeah I'm hopeful. But then we get to we fast forward a little bit to, I guess it's the next day.
The rose ceremony.
Yeah, so they think they're going to have a cocktail party. Bennett comes in.
With a single hand in his purple suit pocket.
Okay, so when Bennett comes in, first off, way too confident.
Yeah,
Slowly roll.
He strolled on in there.
Just because you're showing up to the rose ceremony doesn't mean you're getting a rose.
I think he was excited to surprise them.
Yeah, that's the part that got under my skin.
Which is also funny that they hid him from everyone for multiple days.
Yeah. You know he was just thinking about what kind of entrance he was going to make.
He has a flair for the dramatic.
He laid out that suit the day before.
Yeah, he steamed it himself.
And he was like, which loafers do I wear?
And he was like, which pocket should I put my hand in when I walk in?
Which pocket square should I use? Mm-hmm. But when he walked in, I had this flashback of that scene from The Office where Ryan goes on the road with Stanley to make sales.
Yes.
And they show up at that one company, and Stanley's like, here's Ryan. He's going to take it away. And he shakes everyone's hand individually and goes, hi. Hi.
Yes.
Hi. And then when Bennett came in, he like shook everyone's hands.
Yes.
It wasn't as awkward as the Ryan scene, but that was just what it reminded me of. And he says something like, Tayshia invited me here tonight. And I'm like, no, she said she needed the night, and now it just happens to be the rose ceremony.
And you're here because producers want you here for promos.
Yeah. I just thought he just needed to slow his roll a little bit.
Yeah, but it was also hilarious.
Yes. I mean, it was great TV.
Yeah. Bennett gives us great TV. Nothing more, nothing less.
I can agree 100% with you on that.
Thank you.
I do want to say that when Tayshia walked in, I said to myself, stylist did her dirty.
That was a no from me.
This was a 2004 Pier 1 shower curtain from when like that kind of Asian tapestry thing was in the 2004.
100%.
And they just said, wow, all these Pier 1s have been closing across the country, which is true.
That is true.
What do we do with all these shower curtains? I know.
Gosh dang it, we'll make a dress for her.
And this dress.
And it didn't fit her right.
No, and here's the thing.
It had the plunging neckline, but then it like plunged.
No support for the ladies, for the girls.
Yeah.
Because, Tayshia, she's a little bustier.
Sure.
Which is great.
Yeah.
But she had zero support in this dress.
Yeah, that was so weird. I was how can you be comfortable in that?
Yeah.
Not because of revealingness, but just walking around.
And the only reason she looked
maybe
beautiful...
that's why she really skipped the cocktail party. She was like,
we got to get out of this.
I know this dress isn't good, and I can't last a whole cocktail party in this.
And the only reason she was beautiful is because Tayshia is just beautiful.
Yeah, and her shoes...
I didn't see the shoes.
They were not good either.
Yikes.
They were like a solid band of diamonds, like two...
Oh, no, too much.
On the ankle, like 2 inches thick. Yeah, it wasn't good.
So, yeah, Carrie, the stylist, did her dirty.
Yeah, that's week 2 of mistakes.
He puts her also in a lot of drop waist. The drop waist rompers.
Why are we going to that trend?
Drop waist is flattering on no one. Which I get, like, wear what you want. Don't care about what's flattering. But
if you're on a TV show, you're clearly dressing to be flattering.
Yeah. Drop waist, as cool as it can look on, like, someone who, I don't know.
A socialite from the 1920s.
Sure.
That's who should wear a drop waist.
Yeah. But he keeps putting her in these drop waist rompers.
Yeah, that was so weird.
He did it this episode too. The drop waist. Anyways. We hear from Chris Harrison that we're skipping the cocktail party. She knows what she wants, which when that was announced, I was like, man, Bennett really is going home then. Because, I mean, he only got to talk to her the night before.
Yep.
And I just don't see how he was surprised by that.
Yeah. If you're surprised by that, Bennett, then you're not as self-aware as you claim to be.
Yeah. I mean, I get that at this point of the game, your relationships are more isolated, and you only really know your relationship with the lead. But I just don't see how he could have been really surprised by it. But she also sends Noah home, Now, what did you... Oh, wait, Beth.
What?
Can you do the impression you did of Noah saying goodbye to Tayshia?
Well, first of all, before that happened, Chris walked out, and it sounded like he was walking over bubble wrap. I don't know if you heard that.
He does wear some loud shoes
like crunch,
sometimes.
Crunch, crunch. I was like, what is on that floor?
There was that one episode where he sent that one guy home that made it to the nighttime portion with Claire after he like assaulted her.
It sounded like a women's.
It sounded like he was wearing stilettos. Him and his shoes. Whoever's like doing, you know, like what Foley is, the Foley sound effects.
Yes.
Whoever's doing that's not hitting it right.
Or they're just having a blast. They're like crinkling tissue paper into a microphone.
Trolling us. I used to want to be that growing up. A Foley artist.
No.
I did. I really did.
I guess that's cool, Kara.
If you want a cool insight on Foley artistry, check out whoever did the Tarzan animated Foley art. Okay. Anyways, sorry. Chris Harrison comes out walking on bubble wrap. What happens? Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh, sorry. Okay, so then they, you know, Noah and Bennett go home, and Noah comes up and he's like,
please do it.
He's like, okay, hold on. He's like, I really okay.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I really want to thank you for the time we've had together, and I just want to say thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks for opening your heart to me. I want to say this. Say what you want about Noah, but his goodbye was exponentially better than
his
Bennett's
goodbye exceeded my expectations.
Yeah. Very graceful.
Yeah.
Gracious.
He had some tears, and I think they were real.
Yeah. I like how gracious he was with her. He was like, he thanked her for giving him the experience, and then he cried later, which I'm not saying
in that voice that I've never heard before. So
maybe that was just him trying to hold back the tears. He
was brought with emotion.
Yeah. Not to say he should have held back the tears. I'm not.
I almost feel bad. Like in that moment, I almost felt bad for clowning on him. But
I know. I've had a roller coaster with him.
But then later, I don't feel bad for clowning.
I know.
So yeah, so he goes home.
They both lose. No one wins the Bennett Noah fight. They are both losers here. Not like in life losers, but like they both
suck.
They both got an L.
Yeah.
For this.
L. They took an L. Technically, you say they took an L, but
I don't know sports unless it's Atlanta United.
I'll teach you. Okay, so and then Bennett's like, I am saddened, and I wish it was me. That's what I'm shocked. I wish it were different.
Yeah, no, thank you.
But goodbye.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't remember.
And then he just said like that was a curveball. I'm like,
to you and
you
alone.
Already sent home once. So is it really a curveball?
Nah. At least he got a few more days of vacation.
Yeah.
Solo vacay.
I just want to say about Bennett is he says like I gotta go home and do this again. I guess like pursue relationships. But
I gotta go back home and pursue a dang relationship.
Maybe that's a sign of I gotta go home and get ready for paradise. Maybe Bennett's just not used to curveballs in life. I don't know.
He's still an enigma. I feel like
he's from Buckhead, so like I found that out. He's from Buckhead.
Yeah.
So like
it kind of makes sense to me.
It does make sense, but like he definitely came from a wealthy background. Then
I think he's the guy in your friend group that everyone thinks is like hilarious, kind of full of himself, but everyone likes him ultimately.
Yeah.
But none of the girls ever fall for him.
Like considered him.
Yeah. They just didn't consider him an option, and he like by having his whole like
facade type thing.
His whole facade, he's protecting himself from that disappointment and also from people like really knowing the real stuff about him.
I can see that for sure.
So I would just love to see him with someone who really breaks down his walls, because I mean he did say he loves Tayshia.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
There for me.
Yeah, I don't think that
someone's gonna rock his world.
She did not disarm him.
Yeah.
He was still very much able to maintain his...
I think he's just infatuated with her.
Yeah. I think he's competitive, so like I think that played into it.
That was part of it. I do want to, moving on to a happier note, I do want to note that when they do the toast post rose ceremony, Zach C says, "It's all gas and no brakes from here on out."
Yes.
Which, if you're not familiar with the All Gas No Brakes YouTube channel,
you have to watch
do
it.
not sleep on it.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. And he posts stuff on Instagram too. That's funny.
Run, don't walk.
All gas, no brakes to all gas, no brakes.
Yeah. Yes.
He's so funny.
It's so hilarious. Like, if I can't find something to watch, I will just rewatch All Gas No Brakes videos.
It's always good.
It's
I'm pretty
like the
sure
Office
he's
of
getting
YouTube.
he's getting a real show.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
He does. He is committed.
Yeah, he is.
I could talk way more about All Gas No Brakes, but the fact
no
that
one's gonna understand it but us.
the fact that Zach C potentially watches All Gas No Brakes, he earned 1,000.
He's elevated.
He's elevated his eligibility.
Yes,
to me.
Yeah,
and shows that he has a great sense of humor.
I really like Zach C.
I mean, I did before, but I really do.
What if it was just an accident?
Gas, no brakes.
What if it was just an accident and he just said that phrase?
And I'm devastated. I saw the photo he posted of his parents celebrating their 45th anniversary.
That was cute.
I love that his parents are like normal looking.
Yeah.
Also, his dad's glasses.
I don't remember them.
Guys, go to Zach Clark's Instagram. His parents are precious. They've been married for 45 years. Congratulations to them. That is really, truly an accomplishment. Every day.
His dad's glasses. That's so funny.
His dad's glasses. I'm imagining whenever his dad went to the bank to pick him up and be like, "This is it, son."
He's wearing those glasses.
His dad must be protected at all costs.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
Oh, I love Zach C. So we have our top 4.
Yes.
Ivan, Ben, Bennett. No,
Brendan. Ben, Brendan, Zach C.
Yes.
We're here.
And I want to say that, like, from what I know thus far, she could not go wrong with any of these men.
All of these men are wonderful.
I really don't think we've had a more solid top 4 in a long time. Like, can you think of a more solid top 4?
No, like I felt good about top 2. I felt good about top 3 sometimes, but top 4? All of these men are wonderful.
Yeah, and I think like they all get along.
Yeah.
So
I love a bro friendship.
Yeah, so even in that respect, we're not going to have a lot of drama the rest of this season except for the drama of just naturally getting down to the final
and also
person.
they're pretty separated from each other at this point.
Yes.
Like their paths truly become individualized at
especially if at hometowns and then even more so at fantasy suites. Yeah. So
we did talk briefly during the episode about who we would go after if we were...
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
I want to talk about this for a moment.
I wanted to ask the question of... Well, first let's talk about who we would go after.
Okay.
So let's talk about that.
I'm torn.
Of the top 4, like, if you had to marry one of the top 4, which one would it be?
Oh,
or do you want to talk about something else? Just like flirt?
I know. Okay, so it's different. It's different for each guy. Because I feel like... I would be most compatible with... it's either between Zach C or Ben. But Zach C's more approachable sometimes. Brendan's by far the hottest. But we've recently found out about Ben's goofy side. Yeah. Which is incredibly attractive. Yeah. From his Instagram. Go to his Instagram, everyone.
He doesn't take himself too seriously. Neither does Brendan, though. Neither do any of them, really.
Any of them. All of them have a goofy side. Yeah. Gosh.
Man, if we have this hard of a time choosing, imagine how hard of a time Tayshia has. We're like both married and don't even know them.
Oh, gosh. I'm between Zach C and Ben. I can't pick.
You have to. You have to pick one of them.
No, I'm locking it in just because I wouldn't be able to go to the gym with Ben on a regular basis. We're locking in Zach C.
Okay.
For me.
I think for you, that's a good choice. Okay. I actually would have said Ivan for you.
Here's the thing. I'm very attracted to Ivan. Don't get me wrong. I feel like we would have great conversations. I just haven't seen his goofy side and my goofy side are very different.
Gotcha.
And I can look past Zach C's terrible sneaker taste.
I think that would almost endear you to him more.
Yes, it would, because Cam has some interesting clothing taste.
Yeah.
But Ivan,
in a way, Cam and Zach are similar because they're like kind of hard to read at first. But there's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on. A lot. But Ivan and I don't want to even say we would be, I feel like we would almost be best friends.
Yeah, now that you say it. Yeah.
Oh, maybe even like we're work best friends.
I would love to just like know them all and see.
I want to play a board game with Ivan.
He'll play some chess with you.
He needs to teach me chess first. I know how to play. I'm not good at it. Anyways, what about you?
Man, this like feels like a huge decision. Like I'm getting like butterflies thinking about it. I think I'm between, for myself, Brendan and Ben.
Okay.
Here's my thoughts.
I see you being the kind of person that could lock down a Brendan.
This is my thoughts.
Hear me.
I think that I would want Ben to notice me because he's so beautiful and like very just like cool, and everyone wants to be
everyone's
around
mom
him.
Loves him.
And like almost the competitive side of me is like, oh, if he picked me, then like
I see that
gives my ego a boost. And I'm just being honest with you, like that's kind of like part of like
Beth.
Yeah, that's just part of me. So that's part of what will go into like pursuing a relationship with someone. But I think Brendan and I would have a very deep connection. And I think that like he seems a little bit more quiet and sweet, but like I think that if given the chance, he really opens up and probably has like this big personality, and I think he's probably very witty. And also the emotional side of him, like I thrive on emotions.
Yeah.
So I think that we would go well together.
He does remind me of Nate in a sense that, because I've seen some of his funny content on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I do see a correlation between his sense of humor and Nate's sense of humor. And they both are kind of the quiet type that he doesn't let just anyone in.
Yeah.
And when you are in, it's an honor.
I will say I think Brendan is more sweet than Nate. Like, not that Nate's not, like, the thing about
Nate's a jerk.
Nate is like secretly like
the sweetest and the most compassionate.
Yes, ever.
Yeah.
Like cares about people so much. But he has an edge to him that is much needed for me because I'm like really sarcastic. So he can really take what I give. He has
this balance of like making you work for it, but also being like crazy caring.
Yeah. So I think like that's my hesitation with Brendan is just like, I need a little bit of an edge.
Yeah.
But obviously, we're not going to be together.
Here's my hot take on Ben.
Okay.
Hot take. Ben is Tyler C 2.0.
Yes.
Ben is the man we wish. Ben is the man we thought Tyler C was.
But isn't.
Yeah,
Ben is like, there's so much to him.
Yeah.
He's been through so much. And
he's gorgeous.
And he's like really like a heart of absolute molten gold. And
his sense of humor is twice as good as
And he doesn't take himself too seriously. And I don't think he thinks he's cool.
That's what makes him 2.0.
Like, Tyler C knows he's cool, which is fine.
Sure.
But, yeah. Okay, so...
Hot take.
That was our huge analysis on which one we would be with. But
because everyone wants to know.
Yeah, but... out of all the guys, like, if this were real life, let's say, like, of all the guys on the season, which one do you think, like, I could lock down? Which one do I think you could lock down?
Wait, of all the guys in the season?
Yeah.
I can't entertain all of those.
Okay, I guess...
The one that you could lock... When you say lockdown...
Like, the one that, like,
you could see us the most
like,
with?
if you met them in real life...
Yeah.
Like, that's the one that like, oh, you guys could actually, like, I think you could honestly be together.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Maybe none.
Yeah, I don't know if I would be attractive enough for them. I'm not fishing, I promise.
No, I honestly, well, I feel the same way because they're surrounded by perfection all the time.
Honestly, my answer stays the same.
Zach
C.
C. I could see you guys.
Wait. Or Joe.
I was going to say Joe for you.
I am so touched. He
is perfect. That's so funny.
Yeah, I change it to Joe for out of all of the men.
Yeah, I agree.
For you, geez, Beth, you could lock down a lot of those guys.
No.
You're a stunner.
No, I'm too weird for a lot of them.
I feel like, but Brendan kind of has a weird side.
But Brendan is like the smokiest smoke show you've ever seen in your entire life.
Don't undersell yourself.
No,
there,
I am
Beth.
not. I am also not fishing. I just really. He's literally a model.
I'm trying to think.
I don't know if any of them like truly. There's not one of them that I'm like they're like they would be the perfect type of guy for me.
Yeah, I really do think out of all of them,
Brendan
would be what I would pick for you.
Yeah, because I think he's like the most like kind of unique-ish.
Yeah,
without being like super weird.
Yeah,
or Kenny.
I almost said Kenny, but I was like that would be an insult to Beth.
I could feel confident that I could woo Kenny.
That's true, because I mean he is ripped. So.
I mean he's cringy.
Yeah, and those tattoos are the worst.
That's why I feel
he has an American flag tattoo.
Yeah. Anyways,
let's get to the men tell all. We have Jason's back. I'm loving Jason's glasses look.
I think either of us could also lock down Jason.
I could lock down Jason in a second. Because we're both very emotive.
Yeah, you would be like, Jason, tell me something deep about you. And he'd be like, wait, I'll tell you this. And then you'd be like, hey, I support you. And he'd be like, I'll follow you anywhere.
I would have a blast with Jason. You know what?
Jason's the kind of person where like he will just feed off of whatever you do.
Jason's like, you want to go on a road trip with Jason.
Yeah.
For just a few days, not for the whole
He's like the hype guy.
Yeah.
Where you're like, we should do this. And he's
I
like,
love
yes,
a
we
hype
should do that.
person. I love hype.
Hype people overwhelm me.
I'm just saying, like, if they're a hype man for you.
Oh, yeah.
Like
they're
supportive.
Personally supportive for you. Yeah.
So I'm loving the glasses look, though. Very refined.
Yeah, he's got an air of sophistication about him. This men tell all gives me anxiety. Like, it gave me a weird feeling.
There was a lot going on, though, because we talked about so many different things in such a short amount of time, and
I wish that a live audience had been there to boo Yosef.
Oh my gosh.
He deserves to be booed.
Did we talk
in public?
Does the Noah and Bennett thing become before Yosef?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about that just for
I'm just saying as a note.
memento.
Oh,
yeah.
Also, I just want to say, I think Chris has started dyeing his hair.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know who helps him dye his hair? Lauren Zima.
Definitely.
And she helps him pick out his Madison Reed color.
What's Madison Reed?
It's like a very common like spawn con for on podcasts, like Madison Reed.
Oh yeah.
It's okay, well
she definitely does that.
And what was I gonna say? So we talked briefly about the Noah and Bennett situation, which
Bennett is wearing a scarf again,
and his Clark Kent.
I think we can still give ourselves permission to live for the scarf.
I like the scarf.
I live for the scarf. It's hilarious.
My friend Miranda texted me tonight. I hope she doesn't mind me sharing this. She says, Bennett tonight, he can get it. I mean, the glasses, in my opinion, make him more attractive.
Mm-hmm. And he knows
it. Well, I wear glasses every day, so maybe I'm just biased. But what was I going to say?
And there's the most turtlenecks we've ever seen.
Yeah, but they're actually in Pennsylvania where they're shooting Matt's season.
I like it.
So the turtlenecks, I mean, actually makes sense.
I like turtlenecks.
Riley looked good in his purple turtleneck.
Yeah, he looked really nice.
He really shined this evening. You know who else shined? DeMar. He came out hot tonight.
DeMar was out to swing.
Because he was talking...
out to swing.
Out to swing. Came out swinging?
Yeah.
Whatever. Because he had some thoughts on the Bennett and Noah situation. I think he was kind of pro-Noah a little bit, I think. Or just kind of defending him a little bit, being like...
I think he was just trying to be like, Bennett, you don't have it all together.
And you're not all innocent here.
Yeah.
I want to say that Noah, he didn't play a perfect game here. He definitely made some missteps. Because when he started cursing, I was like, okay, you lost me. When him and Kenny kind of started having it out.
Yeah, that was also really interesting that Kenny got so invested.
Kenny can't resist. I'm not surprised by that at all.
It was interesting to me that Kenny and Bennett are on the same side.
That's true.
Like, can you put two more different people
Bennett
next to each
needs
other?
to give the bandana he gave to Noah. He needs to give it to Kenny instead because they're cowboy brothers.
Kenny would be like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much."
It
and
goes
he would
with
wear
the star tattoos.
He would wear it for the rest of his life. He would wear it like as a bandana.
Kenny is the type of person who wears a bandana as a corona mask.
Yes.
I hate that.
Yeah,
that's all I'm gonna say.
It's not a mask.
It doesn't work.
It's just a bandana.
It's like those buffs. Those don't do anything.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, the one line I want to say that Noah hit the nail on the head with, just for a moment before he spiraled. That's what I tweeted. Am I on Team Noah now? Because he said one decent thing.
What did he say?
He said that like all of what Bennett was doing was just him projecting his insecurities. And he was like, Bennett's insecurities have nothing to do with me.
And this goes back to what I said about what I think Bennett is like and what his life has been like. Yes.
We're painting a very big picture of him. A very clear picture.
I think that Noah saying this is like how the saying of even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Oh.
Like he was just...
Wow, I've never heard that before.
Really? Oh, so like he was
that's very insightful.
He was just saying all this stuff and then that happened to be relevant.
But you know what I think about that statement also? He went home and this is the type of thing that your mom tells you about someone who's bothering you at school.
And then he wrote it down.
And he wrote down and then remembered it and said, make sure I say this at mental law. My mom told me that his insecurities have nothing to do with me.
Yes. That's so right. Yeah, so they basically just discuss whether Bennett is condescending for like 20 minutes. And Bennett is like, I am not condescending.
DeMar and Blake both said that, like, they liked Bennett.
Of course Bennett's kind of condescending. That's his thing. But I think Bennett's whole thing is he's like, I mean, I am, but I'm not really. Like, I'm not serious.
Yeah.
It's
almost like when someone's joking with you and you can't pick up on it and you're taking it seriously, a.k.a. me, who takes things very literally.
And then Noah's like, I'm going to stand up to him and be the person that stands up to him. Yeah. And then Bennett's like, it literally doesn't even matter.
Yeah. And then Riley hopped in at one moment. I can't remember what Riley said.
Who was he in defense of?
He was also defending Noah.
Oh.
He was kind of like, Bennett, you can be condescending.
Well, obviously.
And then I put that DeMar needs a podcast or an IGT series or something because I enjoyed his voice on Mental Law.
Yeah, he's cool. He's really cool.
He's just so cool.
He deserves a future of being in the
I could see
public eye somehow.
I could see him doing like hosting.
Me too. I was thinking that
really
same
wanted
thing.
to.
Like hosting like some sort of game show even.
Yeah. Or The Bachelor.
Oh yeah. Being the next Chris Harrison. And then the conversation basically ends by Noah saying
there's no resolution where you literally ended where we started.
Noah says, I don't see us being friends after this. And Bennett says, that's fine, man. Which I thought
great
was so, for some reason, I just thought that was so great. We was just like, that's fine, man. Like, he doesn't care.
Well, we just talked about how the whole thing was just, they both wanted the last word.
Yeah.
So that's why we ended where we started. Like, there's zero resolution because neither of them are really desiring resolution. They're just desiring to win.
Yeah.
They both took an L, in my opinion.
Yep.
L. Let's move on to Yosef, who I had to... Is that the next part, Yosef?
Well, they show the, deleted footage of Blake getting aroused on the chakra date.
And they also show the men had never seen, I don't think, the Ed going to Chris Harrison's
suite.
And
they really laughed at that one.
There's apparently an ongoing thing, like on the seasons of The Bachelorette, the men are just in awe of Chris Harrison and do want to spend time with him.
I get that. I feel like he has a powerful source and he emanates it and it's magnetic.
I mean, if Tayshia doesn't find someone, I still feel like we had 2 love stories this season.
Agreed.
I mean,
a bromance and a romance.
Yeah. I'm happy with that.
Me too.
Fern is life. Yeah, they showed the footage of Blake getting aroused.
Oh.
And then also the waxing footage, which was a part of
Penny.
because that was a part of the challenge where they had the peppers, the shakes that were gross but probably just regular shakes, and the orgasm phone.
Thing. Oh, yeah.
And Chris Harrison signing booties.
Yeah, and eating lobster.
Eating crab legs.
Or yeah.
I want some crab legs.
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry.
So, bye guys. We're going to go get some crab legs.
At
11:37. So yeah, they didn't show the waxing part on the actual episode, and that happened. And I want to say this. Kenny, you're a real trooper there. I've never been waxed ever in my life.
I have.
What? How was it?
Honestly, it's not bad. If you go to the right place, it's fine.
They do it right.
If you go to the wrong place, it's terrible.
Like you get what you pay for.
I've experienced both.
Oh no. I'm very prone to ingrown hairs, so I just feel like that would be a nightmare for me.
Yeah. I've never had one, I don't think.
An ingrown hair?
Yeah, I don't think so.
They're kind of fun.
Ew! I hate that you said that. I'm mad. I'm
so sorry.
That is not fun. I hate.
Okay, not fun.
I hate stuff like that. That's so gross.
I'm into like the ear cleaning.
No, I hate that. Like
Beth is breaking up with me. Our friendship.
Yeah, remember when we talked about our friendship earlier? Well,
that's over. Well, I now know to never bring that up to you ever again.
Like that. I don't know why.
The only time it's ever acceptable in my opinion is when it's done by a professional and it's in a sterile environment. I don't like the ones that are just uploaded. What?
Oh, what?
Like I don't like the ones where people were like, I had this pimple and I let it get out of hand and now I'm posting it on YouTube. No. I
hate it. I hate that. I don't even like. I will pop my own zits because I have to, and I am not going to let someone else do it for me. But, like, even with Nate or whatever, like, I would never pop a zit for him.
Oh, my gosh.
That's gross.
I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
No, don't say it.
You're going to hate me.
Don't say it. It'll make me mad.
I'm not going to say it.
Okay, good.
Now I know never to share that with you ever again.
I don't know why. I feel really passionate about it. It's not you. It's me. I know it's my thing, and I don't know why.
Listen, you're a better person for it not being your thing. I'm just a little ashamed.
No, don't be ashamed. Be yourself, but don't tell me about it.
I'm kind of embarrassed that I shared that, but oh well, I'm keeping it in.
Don't be embarrassed, Kara.
Okay.
Don't be embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed. I'm proud that I like ear cleaning videos.
I think a lot of people will agree with you and disagree with me. I think that I'm in the minority.
Is there any listener out there who watches UK Audiology Associates? He is a genius.
Oh no.
And a professional. And you know why he's a professional? He doesn't talk about, like, he does the procedure and then later does a voiceover. Like he's not talking about it while he's doing it. He's focusing on the patient.
That's good.
UK Audiology Associates. Check it out.
Oh my gosh,
let's move on.
Yosef,
who I had to be like, I forgot his name.
Yeah.
And also,
good.
Yosef needs a trigger warning before he comes out on TV.
Yeah, he does. He is honestly scary.
I'm very concerned. Like, I don't really know what to say about him because the way this conversation progressed, well, what I will say is...
He reminds me of Chris from JoJo's
Chris
season.
Randone?
Yeah.
No, he's from Becca Kufrin's season.
Oh, okay. Then I mean Chris from JoJo's season.
Who's Chris from JoJo's season?
Chris?
Chris Randone, who married Crystal?
That's Chad. He reminds me of Chad.
Yeah.
Except... Like Chad
he's more under the radar than Chad is, which is more dangerous in my opinion.
I agree.
But so when they re-showed the clip of him and Claire, which I mean, I don't want to overuse trigger, but like I really do feel like we need a little warning of that clip because that clip is really too scary to me.
It's really scary.
It's gaslight central in a very serious and dangerous way, in my opinion.
I can't even believe how bad it was watching it back.
Yeah.
Because we've already seen it, obviously, but like it was really bad.
Coming from a place of like having had someone, I mean, hers was public and on TV, so it's a million times worse. But having had someone experience someone being talked to like that.
Yeah.
And people who may be watching the show who maybe can't escape an abusive situation.
That's so
like I just can't imagine.
I'm so glad that she got out of there immediately.
Yeah. What I do want to applaud is, when they were showing the clip, which I wish they hadn't shown the clip, but they did show like the men's faces, and all of the men except for Yosef, his face was disgusting, absolutely disgusting during this clip. And not because I don't think he's cute, it's because he was smirking at himself. All the other men were enraged. Like every single face of the guys, they were
as they should be.
You could see they were just boiling under the surface
because they had never watched that firsthand. Yeah, so I'm sure it was shocking to them.
Yeah,
and I'm sure they already didn't like him, but seeing that,
yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised because there were good guys on this season, but I was just even more impressed with, it's one thing just to be a decent human being and know that's wrong, but they went further and they all were united on being like, this was wrong.
Right.
And you should have apologized. And he just leaned in. He dug deeper into that hole.
That's the worst kind of person.
And I don't have any much more to say about it. I don't want to really give him much airtime, but
yeah.
Yeah, he's a concerning figure, and I really hope the franchise doesn't give him another second. Like if they put him
I don't think they will.
If they cannot put him on Paradise. Like I will.
No.
Then you need to make sure he does not get on television again.
I don't think they will, because even at the end, Chris said, "I'm gonna try and help you." That was not a good look.
Lauren Zima taught him that line. Yeah, not a good look.
And you should apologize. And he said no.
Yeah.
So
I definitely think when they brought Chad on Paradise for a little bit, and I think they got burned when they brought him back on for obvious reasons, because he was belligerent on Paradise.
Yeah, he's
so
dangerous.
I think they would be smart to not repeat themselves.
Yep.
Let's move on to better things.
Oh, such as Chris is wearing one of his rings from his ring company.
Oh, I missed that. Manly bands
on his right hand ring finger, because he obviously can't wear it as a wedding band. I'm like, dude.
You know what I think of when I say Manly Bands?
What?
Which is the brand name. I think of Silly Bands.
Oh, Silly Bands.
It was a little bit after my time, but
it was more like my sister, who's 4.5 years younger than me. She had a lot of them.
Silly Bands are just germ magnets.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're just rubber bands.
I know.
And they're expensive.
Really?
Pretty sure a pack of them's $10 or something.
Yeah.
You got a lot, but
I was a Beanie Baby gal.
I don't know.
That's what I think of when I think of Manly Bands.
Polly Pockets. That's what I had.
I wanted Polly Pockets, but I never hit that.
We had so many.
I will say this. My mom did really get me some nice, handmade dollhouse furniture.
That's nice.
I was in more the interior design than the actual doll portion.
I was all about the dolls, the clothes for the dolls.
I did create some good storylines with the dolls.
That was the other thing. I was very motivated by storylines.
And I would stop one day and pick back up the next day.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm glad we're on the same page. But yeah, the Manly Bands. Chris Harrison is a Manly Band.
Yeah.
When he proposes to Lauren Zima,
he's going to give himself an engagement ring, and it's going to be a Manly Band.
It has to be.
Yeah.
He cannot not
a wedding ring,
band.
An engagement ring.
Yeah. If he doesn't do Manly Band, then he's a fraud at this point.
Yeah.
What else happened after this?
Okay, let's talk about Tayshia coming out. And
she looks great, by the way.
Yeah, I liked that top.
I like the strong shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't
the
too much.
The silhouette was nice, and
she looks great in silver, which I'm gonna be hot take. A lot of people don't look good in silver.
Yeah, it was like a bluey silvery.
I would not look good in that color. She looked great.
Yeah, and I liked the way her makeup was complementing the almost iridescence of the fabric. That was smart.
She was not done dirty this evening.
You're right. So I think she talks about the Noah Bennett thing a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's not even that. I mean,
the only thing I found notable was, she said that Noah's mustache was back, and she said, "You still look good."
But does he? Okay,
based on Tayshia's demeanor here, do we think she's with someone?
It was hard to tell.
She had her cards close to her chest.
Yeah, it was really hard to get a read on it. She wasn't super bubbly.
Yeah, but she had like a flirt here and there, which I didn't think was overly telling, but
she did have a flirt.
Because she said, "You still look good, Noah."
Yeah.
And she had a little shoulder touch with Riley, which there's no chemistry, but or not a lot of chemistry, but other than the Riley moment, did you know anything about her being out and about?
Not really.
The Riley moment was phenomenal.
By this point, I was like kind of bored, and then the Riley thing brought it home.
Brought us back in.
Yeah.
The Riley moment was absolutely phenomenal. Now, if you're into like the gameplay portion of the show, Riley, I mean, he might have entered the Bachelor pool with this performance. Which was genuine and real.
Yeah, which is why it was good gameplay.
Yeah, I mean he went from
elevated himself
Bachelor in Paradise material to maybe Bachelor material.
He used every ounce of TV time in a productive manner.
Yeah, he really did. And like you said earlier, I feel like we saw the most genuine, like the Riley we saw this evening was, to me, he obviously, I feel like he evolved during the process.
Yeah, I think he did too, which I think is really cool. And I think if he had been that version of himself the second he stepped out of the limo and met Tayshia, or however he met Tayshia, it could have been very different.
I want to say this, though, because I didn't want to be mean, I guess, to Riley earlier in the season. But when I feel like the reason Riley rubbed me the wrong way at the beginning was I felt like his confidence was not a genuine confidence.
Yeah, it was like this fake role that he was playing.
Yeah, and it was like too macho.
I was never a huge Riley fan at all.
No.
This was like the real moment that I genuinely liked him.
I just felt like he was too macho. I felt like he was trying. And here I was like, I like this man.
Yep.
He would be a cool hang.
Yeah.
But the moment between him and Tayshia, I mean, she asked if she could hug him, and they had a really sweet moment, and she got teary-eyed, he got teary-eyed.
Yeah, and it was sad.
It was sad, but it also gave me hope.
Yeah.
For both of them, that he would find love. His DMs are blowing up.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
I mean, the only reason we wouldn't see him in Paradise is that he's going to find his lady very soon.
Yeah. Or as Bachelor, maybe he'll find a woman first.
I could see
he just wants a family.
Riley, if he was Bachelor, he would propose.
Yeah, he would
100%.
He would find his girl.
And I feel like that he has that similarity with Claire. Like he knows when he knows.
Yeah, he's very intense.
Yeah, he's very set on the
Not
goal.
as intense as her.
No
one is.
No one is. But the only thing I think they did a misstep on this, which I guess they couldn't predict. I mean, they went from this very sweet and deep, genuine moment to bloopers. Blooper time.
Yeah, that's true.
Were there any notable bloopers?
There was nowhere to go after that.
That's true. They always do bloopers last, too. Yeah.
The notable bloopers was the groundhog coming out of the ground and Claire calling it a rat.
Claire called it a rat.
Has Claire ever seen a rat before? Because this is not a rat.
And if she has, it must have been like a mutant rat.
Yeah, it must have been a New York rat or something.
Or like, what's the guy on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with it.
But yeah, she thought it was Oh, wait. I'm going to look this up. The rat from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Splinter. Master Splinter. I was him for Halloween one year.
I was going to...
Listen, all my friends want to be the Ninja Turtles, and I got the short stick.
Oh, that sucks.
But Master Splinter, don't sleep on him. He's great.
Master Splinter.
Without Master Splinter, there's no TMNT. Anyways, yeah, the groundhog rat thing was the funniest thing on the bloopers, in my opinion.
Yeah, everything else was just like, okay.
Typical.
Yeah.
Well, we've reached the end of
that was the episode. I'm kind of glad we reached the end because I'm just ready for hometowns next week.
No, it's tomorrow.
Oh wait. Oh,
we'll be back tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, you're so right.
So
wow,
I'm so excited to meet the fam.
I'm glad we'll get to see them in person. Like that's way better than Zoom.
Yes, and what I want to say, I know Claire is not in the season anymore, and Claire's family was not in the season at all.
Which I don't know how it would really work out.
Yeah, but if you need to go see Claire's hometown from Juan Pablo's season, it is drama central. Claire has a sister that I just can't. I can't.
Really?
I don't know how to describe her without being incredibly rude.
Can you just say it, please?
Please. I mean, just controlling and just manipulative and
wow. I don't think that's rude if it's true.
A nightmare of a sibling. Like
wow.
my opinion,
are they not close?
I think they try their best to stay close for the sake of her mom.
Wow.
But back during Juan Pablo season, Claire's mom she wasn't like in a care facility. She might have had the diagnosis, but she was still having like, she was very conversational. She was very present.
Did they like Juan Pablo?
The mom eventually did, but you need to just go watch like her hometown from that season.
I'm going to.
And her sister, she has all sisters.
Right.
But she has one that is just a pain in the butt. Absolute.
Yikes.
One of the worst family members I've ever seen in a hometown ever. If not the worst.
Wow.
That's how I feel about it.
Okay.
Anyways, I love hometowns.
Me too.
One, because we get an insight on the person who the person is.
Right.
Number two, poop can really hit the fan.
Yeah, and we see
make or break.
We see what the Leeds family thinks about all of this.
Yeah.
Which is going to be some drama.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Me too.
And after the final rose, I know is similar to Men Tell All, but it's totally different at the same time. I feel like it's twice as good as Men Tell All because I know most people don't like Men Tell All. I
don't like Men Tell All.
I'm fine with it, but
I don't.
I'm also fine with almost any Bachelor content at all.
Give me whatever you can.
Whatever you can give me. But let's move on to our other segments. Our next segment, this not even this week, this night's Rosebud.
Tonight's Rosebud. What's yours?
My Rosebud? The Shaman lady.
Yeah, I mean, how could you give it to anyone else?
Or just her dress, maybe? But
you can give it to her as a whole.
Yeah, the Shaman lady, the Crystal Master.
Crystal Master.
I'm gonna start greeting people.
What if her name was Crystal Masters?
Like her first name's Crystal
Masters.
I'm gonna take her greeting. Hello, Seekers.
That made me think of Harry Potter when she said that.
Oh yeah. Like Quidditch. What about you?
Mine is the rat.
You have such good ones every time.
Or it's Chris Harrison's Manly Band.
Yes.
You can pick.
My favorite Rosebud you've ever done.
There's not even that many of them.
But even now, you still have a great reservoir. The one where you gave the fountain the Rosebud is so good.
The fountain comes up every episode.
It
deserves a mention.
And you had another one that was so good, but I can't remember.
I can't remember anything right now. Like my brain is so
But I just thought
empty.
today about when I was thinking about my Rosebud, I thought about the fountain one. And I was like, that was so good. Okay, so I give mine to the Shaman lady for obvious reasons, and the rat because it's not a rat; it's actually a groundhog. Well, our next and last segment before our closing thoughts. Will you accept this recommendation? Do you have your recommendation already or no?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
It's Taylor Swift's Evermore album.
Yes.
I recommend it. If you're one of those people that says you don't like Taylor Swift, just know that like that's not cool, because she's actually a really talented artist and musician and lyricist.
Yeah.
And I highly encourage, especially if you like lyrics, I highly encourage you to listen to this album. It is a treasure trove of just very deep stuff. And I have been knee deep in it since it came out a mere 4 days ago.
And you know what's not cool? Pretending like you're too cool for anything.
Yeah. Like, especially stuff that's popular. I get it if you just actually don't like it, but
there's a reason it's popular.
Yeah, exactly. I've been saying this for years.
Yeah.
I also have told, particularly one of my friends from college, I told him one time when I was like a freshman or sophomore in college, I was like, if I had played my cards right, I could have been Taylor Swift.
I still think you're going to be famous one day.
And I don't know. I think it's too late. But he had never...
Well, you're not going to be famous with that attitude.
He never let me forget that. And so, like, I don't know. I just feel very connected to her. Yeah. So
I think she connects to a lot of people, and that's beautiful. What a talent.
Yeah, I love her album.
I still haven't watched her documentary, and I literally think it's because I'll become a puddle.
It's not sad. It's just like...
I've seen a couple clips that have already made me cry.
It's just emotional, but it's not sad.
I know, but I feel like,
I like being moved to tears.
Me too, but I have to be in the right mindset. I feel like
I'm always ready.
Oh my gosh, I'm not.
Okay, what's your recommendation?
My recommendation, I'm just going to say it. It's what's on my mind right now. Make sure, I mean, not even just ladies. This could apply to men or non-binary people, but get yourself a good few pairs of granny panties.
Oh, wow. That's not where I thought you were going. I say that so much to you.
There are lots of different kinds of underwear out there, and there's a cause for most of them. Like,
there's a reason.
Certain outfit, whatever. But, those days that I'm feeling kind of bloaty, those granny panties are just a good security blanket to me.
Okay.
Especially when you're just around the house.
Yeah.
And get cotton, 100% cotton.
I don't own a single pair of
what you have. Let the downstairs breathe.
I don't own anything like what you've just described.
Get yourself 100% cotton granny panties. Just a few. I have 3 pair, and they come in handy. I don't always use all of them in 1 week. Sometimes I just use one. They're great for if you're someone who like has to wear underwear when you sleep. Get 100% cotton because you need to let the downstairs breathe. Number 1.
Why? I'm just curious about why this is on your mind. Do I want to ask?
I'm wearing granny panties right now, Beth.
That's why.
And I'm very thankful for them.
Well, that's good to know, Kara.
Yeah. Don't sleep on them.
Or just sleep in them.
Sleep in them.
Ha-ha!
You win.
Thank you. What do I get? What's my prize?
My friendship.
Okay, that's good for me.
Thanks for accepting me as I am, Beth.
Yeah, no, always.
And thanks for being here. Before we leave, I do want to note that, I guess our giveaway, once this is out, will be over.
Yeah.
But I guess we can announce the winner tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
I can do my calculations and
okay, great.
figure out who the winner is, and we'll announce it tomorrow.
That's exciting. So keep an eye out for that on the old Instagram.
Thanks to those of you who have entered.
Thanks to those of you who have not entered. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
No thanks to you.
I also want to say no one's going to take me up on this. But I'm sending out a funny picture of me and my spouse to friends for Christmas, just on a whim. They're wallet sized, so you can have it in your wallet if you want. If you want to be on that list, let me know. You're not going to be getting
Your mom's going to be like, please put me on this list.
Also, Mom, don't worry. I'm not going to put my address on the envelopes.
Nice.
That go to people I don't know.
Yeah, solid.
I'm
on the list.
So if it gets lost in the mail, oh well. But yeah, if you want to receive a funny photo, it's appropriate, Mom. I promise.
It's appropriate. I feel like that's sad that needs to be said. What did you think it was?
I'm not gonna get into it. But yeah, if you want one, let me know and I'll get you on the list. What else? We follow us at Cabbage Batch Pod on Instagram.
Yeah, subscribe to our podcast. Leave us a review.
5 stars.
Yeah, nothing less, nothing more.
Yeah. I mean, you can add some words. That's
yeah,
nice
yeah.
too.
I guess you can add some words.
Recommend to a friend. And Beth, I guess I'll see you here tomorrow night.
Yeah, we'll see you guys same
or I'll
time,
see you at your
same
place
place
tomorrow night. I don't know. We'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Thanks
later.
for being here. Thanks for spending like 10 hours with me this week.
Oh, yeah. It's always a pleasure. And it's always a pleasure to talk to you guys. And we'll be back tomorrow with another episode.
Yeah. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.